All right. Good morning. Looks like it's a rainy day in what's this called again? The Highlands. Rainy day here in real life. Excuse me. Arathi Highlands. That's where we are.
What can I help you with?
Okay. Just sell some junk before we get started. Free up a little inventory space. That might sell on the auction house, but probably not for very much. Right.
Strength.
Get some more melon juice before we leave. Oh.
May your blades never
Blood and thunder. Strength.
Alright, we've got a few more quests here in the Arathi Highlands. After that, it looks like... I think I'm still a little too low for Desolates, so... we might try and come down here. Getting there is the question. I think I'll have to go through Stranglethorn, Darkshire, and Deadwind Pass to get to Swamp of Sorrows. Let's see, 1 second. Anyway. Alright, we still need some raptor eyes. We can make our way over here. Eight leaf. No. Let's see. My skill for herbalism is 110. Wow, Fade Leaf requires 160. I'm a little bit behind. I did do a little bit of herb picking offline, but clearly not enough. I think the problem is I was doing it in the Barrens, where everything is few and far between. Just because the Barrens is so big. Let's see. We'll go over here and do foul magics. Thank you. Still need 3 more eyes. I don't think I'm going to do this to steal from thieves quest for right now. Oh, 2 of them. Probably going to get dazed and netted, we'll see. Well, not netted, webbed. Yikes. There's got to be a quest somewhere for all these spiders, but where it is, I haven't found it. I don't think I can do Goldthorn either. We'll check. No. 170, not even close. Leave me alone, Plains Creeper. Thank you. $36. That's no good. No. Oh, I think there are some stealth mobs in this area. So, slightly higher degree of difficulty than would first appear. Come on. So sometimes the game will detect them before you can even really see them, so I'm just mashing the tab button. See, there's no way I would have seen that guy. Just slightly risky because there are also some that patrol. So it's probably better to pull them back a bit further than that. Oh, someone else is here. Human mage. I wonder if there's an mod that'll tell you what layer you're on. Be curious how many there are at this time of day. Oh, too bad I can't mine that. Because, you know, at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, US, typically you don't see a lot of people. On a regular server. On the classic servers you do, because there's only one of them for PvP, one for PvE. Not enough mana. I'm still waiting for a weapon to drop that's worth something. Because I have been using this for a very long time. Sometime around level 10, I think I got this. Maybe a little higher. But not much higher. Just mash in our tab button. A mage may have cleared out most of this area. Oh, there's one. Oh, shoot. Alright. I'm not saying there's no way we could take two of them, but I don't actually want to try. Yeah, particularly with Stoneclaw Totem, we probably could have done it. You know, if you get some bad luck like I'm kind of getting with this one. Let's see. No, not you. There he is. The drop rate on the amulets is pretty good. I don't know how much the marks of syndicate sell for. But they're probably not bad mobs to farm. At the very least, you should get some silk. Although there's no shortage of silk in this game. Mostly because I think people run Scarlet Monastery over and over. Resist. Come back. Let's see, we're about 2/3 of the way to level 34. Oh, sneaky. And there might be another one up here somewhere. Hey Mike, thanks for the follow. I will look for that. What kind of games do you play? The mercenaries have a really fast attack speed. Which they're dual wielding, so I guess that's to be expected. Oh, yep, I heard one. Sneaky little guy. But no amulet. I can't complain too much. The drop rate's pretty decent. Alright, onward. Let's see. I don't really want to go down there. Although I think I can climb back up. Ouch. Yeah, very fast attack, but fortunately not much damage. And they miss a lot because they're, you know, dual wielding. Oh, there we go. Come back. Let me love you. All right. Good morning, Chaos. Yeah, it's a little bit weird, right? I feel like I saw that in a movie or in a TV show somewhere, though. I didn't come up with it myself. He's killing me. Yeah, wherever I saw it. I don't think it involved actual murder, but... I'm pretty good. How about you? I have maybe a little bit of a cold or some allergies or something, but other than that, I'm doing pretty well. How are things going with you? Yeah, I should be okay. I feel better today than I did yesterday, so... Alright, 6 of... Oh. Right there. Okay. Nice, nice. What have you been playing these days? Are you still doing Death by Daylight? Or Dead by Daylight? Dead by Daylight. Okay, alright. I feel like that's a good mix of games. A little bit of action, a little bit of simulation, a little bit of horror. Uh, life's been okay. Work is a little bit weird right now, but I've so far been pretty lucky. Some of my coworkers not so much, but Zelda related, yeah. I did buy Tears of the Kingdom, but I haven't played it once yet. I want to though. think I got it on sale like back around Christmas time. So yeah, I haven't played too much other than this. Um, but hopefully soon. Do you think you'll end up getting Switch 2? Or are you gonna stay with the Switch 1? I'm tempted, but it's probably not the best use of money right now, since I don't even play the Switch that I have. But I also worry the price is just going to go up the longer I wait because of tariffs or whatever. Tariffs are just random inflation. Yeah. I put myself on Nintendo's wait list, so whenever they send me the email, I'll make a decision then. But it's been an expensive summer and it's not even over yet, so should probably save some more money. Yeah. Yeah, everything is really expensive. And I've got my tax bill coming soon for my car. Just the yearly property tax thing. I didn't get a new car, but there's a tax every year for owning your car here, so yeah. Well, I lived in this area for I'm in trouble. Uh for a very long time without having a car, but then the neighborhood I'm in now, it's just a necessity because there's nothing really very close in terms of like getting groceries and stuff like that. Alright, that was close. But despite having a car, I still take the subway into work because it's just easier than dealing with traffic. So I'm a big fan of mass transit. I just also happen to need a car at this stage. Alright, where was that guy? Yeah, it's one of the great things about city living, right? I uh would, I think, never try to drive in New York City. That's crazy. $20? It's so weird. I feel like she could have gotten more. She could have been like, that's a little strange. You're gonna have to pay up. Though I guess it's maybe better than some of the alternatives that he could have asked for. But, there's a... Oh, it's New Jersey, right? It's not New York that has the transit strike going on. It's probably a nightmare for people commuting in from New Jersey. Though maybe it's a little bit easier with people sort of being able to telework these days. Although a lot of companies are going back to office work, which is kind of sad. Alright, completely out of mana. Well, it's gonna be stubborn for this one last amulet. Let's see. Alright, I'm not gonna do a level 38 quest at level 33, so... I'll have to go down to Stranglethorn. We'll make our way over to Swamp of Sorrows. So, on this server, you're trying to reach level 60. This is, an old version of the game. So the original level cap was 60. And then, you know, they increased it with every expansion. Until at one point they kind of rebooted and reset it again, but it's weird. They're permanent. As far as I know, yeah, there's no, even if you die, there's no like experience penalty or anything, so you don't lose levels. Unless you're playing on what they call hardcore servers. And if you die there, your character is done forever. So those are a little more stressful, obviously. But there are people who have completed so many mobs. Pretty much all of the in-game content on hardcore servers, so... But that requires like some real knowledge of the game and dedication and... Yeah. The crazy thing is recently, so there was a group of streamers who were playing hardcore WoW, and they were doing some of the in-game content. And somebody started like DDoSing the WoW servers to specifically for the purpose of killing those players. I'll help them out a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. And the worst part is they succeeded in what they were trying to do. So leave me alone. They wiped the raid because so many people disconnected while the servers were being DDoSed. I think Blizzard actually if I read correctly, took like the unprecedented step of resurrecting their players because they only died because of the DDoS. But they're still having the issue where okay, they're resurrected, so they go and they try again, and then the servers get DDoSed again. So I think they're kind of stuck. I haven't heard what the latest is on that, though. You would think eventually whoever is doing the DDoSing would get bored, but maybe not. Maybe they just don't really have anything better to do. Yeah.
Hello, man. See
All
you
right.
later.
Thank you.
Later. Okie dokie.
Take this amulet's a wormhole.
Be seeing ya.
Yeah.
Strength and honor. Go with honor. Dabu.
All right. That didn't work. Well, there's more armor on these grays than, but no stats, so.
Relax. See ya later. Be seeing ya.
More raptors. But a specific kind of raptor that's level 37, so can't do that right now. So yeah, that's the drama on WoW Classic servers.
What can I do for you?
Which is unfortunate because I don't know. It's
For the Horde.
meant to be, you know, it's already high stress enough without having to worry about getting DDoSed. And then there's always the question of, well, Blizzard restored our characters last time. Are they going to do it again? But anyway, this isn't a hardcore server, so it's very low stakes. I've died several times, so I think I could probably get to level 60 without dying, but I would play the game so safe it would just be really boring. There are private servers out there, but I think most people still use the official servers. I mean, there are private servers that aren't endorsed by Blizzard. But that's, I mean, that's a pretty good idea, actually. Blizzard could create a private server. But then, yeah, I don't know. I guess the whole idea of an MMO is you're playing with other people, so even if they did it, I'm not sure that guild of streamers would want like their own private server, because it would just be them and no one else. I don't know. Hopefully Blizzard will figure out some kind of defensive thing they can do so that the servers don't go down every time someone decides to start DDoSing. But I'm sure if it were easy, they would have done it already. Alright, so I think I'll fly up to Undercity, then take the Zeppelin down to Stranglethorn Vale. These quests are still a bit too high, so well, these are too. Hmm. Well, I'll be level 34 soon enough. We'll try and get over to Swamp of Sorrows. If nothing else, we need the flight path anyway, so... Let's see. I think I saw some patch notes. And there's some hot fixes. Retribution, hunters. Breaking throws damage increased shields is now 75% less effective in PvP. Wow, they really nerfed that. Warriors must be really strong in PvP for them to do that. Shattering throw damage increased to shields 75% less effective. Reclaim treasures, level 43. Nope. No! Alright. Just missed it. Which is better than missing it on the way down. Should be easier. Well, maybe a little bit harder. I'm about to level to 34, but there aren't a whole lot of zones that are good for level 34s. Just looking at the map, all the quests here are like level 35, which is definitely doable, but maybe a little bit harder. And the other zones are kind of similar to that. Because a level 35 quest might even have level 36 or 37 mobs, which are too high for me at the moment. You just get a lot of resistance to your spells and things like that, so. But let's see. Yeah, level 35. These are all level 35 as well. Oh, I should actually show my game. That would help. Yeah, level 35 everywhere almost. Oh, there's some level 33 there. If I go to Desolus. Maybe I'll do that instead. The Desolus, I don't mind it, but it's not the most exciting zone. There's just a lot of empty space. But you have to farm a lot of mobs for reputation. And I'd rather still do that while I get experience from them. And then I can kind of grind it out to level 35 or level 36 and go to the other zones. Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll go to Desolus. So I'm going to be an org. Maybe I'll throw the silver ore up on the auction house. I don't think a bolt of woolen cloth sells for anything, but we'll try that too. Sell the raptor hide. Put this in the bank if we've got some room, in case we ever want to level cooking. I must have just missed the Zeppelin.
Yo.
Yo.
Yo! Keep it real!
Alright, back to patch notes. Season of Discovery. I should watch a stream where they're doing Scarlet Enclave. Just the idea of it sounds amazing. I don't know if it's actually a good content or not. Okay, Zeppelin is here. Alright, I will be right back. I'm going to grab some coffee. Some more coffee, rather. I haven't watched it. I do have it on my watch list, just based on seeing the description and thinking like, oh, this seems like something I would like. But no, I haven't tried it yet. Do you like it? Okay, new season. That's nice. I've been watching two shows. I got briefly for a couple months I got an Apple TV subscription. So I watched a show called Slow Horses, which is good if you like spy stuff. Um, Spy stuff with, you know, some humor mixed in. It's not super, well, at times it's serious, but most of the time I would say it doesn't take itself too seriously. And then I was watching a show on Netflix. They only made two seasons of it, but it's called Kingdom, the Korean show that was made in like 2020. And it seemed like they, based on what I read, they initially planned for it to be longer, but for whatever reason it didn't get renewed for a third season. Oh yeah, I did watch I think most of season 1 of Severance. I don't know why I stopped watching. Maybe I need to do that before my subscription runs out. I think I have a couple days left of Apple TV. Which means I probably can't get all the way through season 2, but I could probably at least finish season 1. I know it's very highly... this doesn't sell for very much. I'll just sell it for super cheap. Actually, let me see how much I can vendor it for.
I have just the thing for you.
Alright.
Goodbye.
The vendor does not pay much for silver ore. Yeah, Apple TV actually has a lot of good shows. They just don't market very well. Which I think some of the shows are high quality enough to market themselves, like Severance, but they have some stuff that's good other than Severance that people have never really heard of. Let's see. Oh, these don't sell for much at all. Platonic, I have not heard of that one. Wait. Alright, I think I'll split these up. But yeah, there have been a few shows where I hear they're really good, and then I look and they're on Apple TV. We're just gonna put in a super low bid. Or buyout price, rather. Yeah, I've heard Silo is good. And even just the thumbnail for Silo makes me want to watch it. Really need to clear out some space. But I can... At least do that. And that. Shrinking, I don't think I've heard of. Let me Google that real quick. Wow, Harrison Ford is on this show? That's like I said, Apple TV is crazy. They have a show starring Harrison Ford, and I had not even heard of it. For a company that markets its hardware very well, they just don't market their content all that well. Or maybe I just don't pay enough attention. I don't know. Funny and wholesome is good.
Farewell.
I would put, yeah, Ted Lasso in that category.
Looking for something special?
Sometimes you just need it, right? Something kind of lighthearted. All right. Oh, wait. One more thing I want to do. Oh, I missed it. I got Rallying Cry of the Dragon Slayer. That's a good buff. Oh yeah, that's true. They did finally, for Severance, do quite a lot. But even with Severance, I feel like they... Well, I don't know. I think they marketed the first season pretty well, even before they knew it was going to be hit. But, yeah, I don't remember. Definitely for season 2 they did. But at that point, you know, Severance was almost kind of its own self-sustaining advertisement. 78. Let's try... But yeah, I mean, these days, every company is doing their own streaming, so the space is pretty crowded. I feel like you gotta market to bring in customers. Otherwise, people are just gonna stick with Netflix or Hulu or
Blood and thunder.
just watch YouTube all the time.
Strength.
And yeah, I guess a lot of people have Amazon Prime, even though they didn't buy it for the streaming. Okay, let's see. This is older stuff now. Turbo Boost. We're turning things up a notch. Season 2, War Within. Alright. Self improvements. Boost to brand's experience, Delve's journey progress, improvements to rewards. Yeah. I'm pretty far behind on the boys. I at some point it felt like it just wasn't really going anywhere. Maybe I gave up on it too soon. Oh, there's just a lot of videos. Community housing updates. Last chance. The winds of mysterious fortune. Bursting with goodies while looting creatures or as a bonus reward from completing quests. 20% experience buff. Wonder why they're time limiting that though. Ends May 20th. Yeah. I haven't tried Gen V. That's like an offshoot of the boys, right? It wasn't that I didn't like this series anymore. It just, I don't know, it felt like it was frozen in place, if that makes any sense. Oh, I forgot. I've been watching Andor season 2, which has been really good. But you have to kind of be into Star Wars for that. I wouldn't say you have to be a Star Wars fan, but if you don't like Star Wars at all, you know, obviously it's not going to be your cup of tea. Yeah, most of it, the Star Wars stuff is not very good. But I would say Andor is an exception. It actually kind of focuses on the characters more than just like random blaster fire and stuff like that. Oh yeah, so if you've seen Rogue One, um, if you remember the character Cassian Andor, he's the like the protagonist of the Andor series. But oddly enough, he's not really even the most interesting character. It's the cast kind of around him. Yeah, so he's almost just like, even though there's not a voiceover, it's almost like he's the storyteller. And they built some pretty amazing characters around him, so that's where I think most of the interest is. Oh yeah, yeah, that's fair. I haven't finished season 2 yet, but supposedly it leads right into Rogue One. They've said there won't be a season 3, which I believe them when they say that, but oddly enough, if you look on Disney Plus, they advertise it as the season finale rather than the series finale. So who knows? Pantheon. I feel like I've heard of that, but I haven't seen it. Okay. An American adult animated science fiction drama series. Oh yeah, it's got a great cast. I will have to put it on the list. Let me do that now, actually. Pull up Netflix, put it on my watch list. I hate how Netflix loads sounds. Oh, this was an AMC series, alright. Common side effects. That does sound good. Let's see. Is that also on Netflix? Oh, Adult Swim, okay. Their fish to fry, level 36. Alright, we're gonna wait on that one.
Don't be shy.
I see that Netflix is starting to get some HBO shows back, which is good. HBO is trying to just do their own thing with their own streaming service, but
You be careful,
I think they
man.
gave up on that model.
How you doing, man? Good to meet ya.
North along the coast.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
What you want?
What you want,
Be
man?
seeing ya. Spirits be with ya, man.
Yeah, I don't... You know, the saddest thing about all that is
What brings you here?
for
May the eternal sun shine upon you.
and it's particularly an issue with media companies. For a long time, I've believed that the CEOs of these companies, not to go on a rant, but they get paid a ridiculous amount of money to come up with an idea like, hey, let's merge AOL and Time Warner. And everyone's like, oh, that's a brilliant idea. And then, of course, inevitably it creates this thing that just is too unwieldy. It doesn't work out. And so, because it's a terrible idea, that CEO is fired, gets like a golden parachute worth hundreds of millions of dollars to just go away. And then some other CEO comes in and says, hey, I've got a brilliant idea. Let's split these companies up. And so they do that, and inevitably that CEO does something boneheaded. He gets a golden parachute, goes away. And then another CEO comes in and says, hey, I've got a brilliant idea. Let's merge these two companies, these two huge companies. And so it's just like an endless cycle of like merges and then splitting them apart and then merging them back together and then splitting them apart. And all it does is end up with a lot of people being fired. But the only one who benefits really is like the people at the very top. Because for that first year or two, you know, they're called a genius, they get paid a huge amount of money, and then, you know, the idea fails, but it doesn't really hurt them any because, you know, they'll get a golden parachute, they'll be unemployed for 6 months, and then somehow they'll get fired to go to another company and do the exact same thing. Yeah, it's always about the next quarter, right? Which I'm definitely not anti-capitalist, but if you can't think past the next quarter, you know, ultimately in the long term, your company is not going to be as successful as it could be. I mean, if you look at what's happening with Intel, that's a pretty prime example as well. I mean, there's a lot going on with Intel, but they're behind the curve and, you know, just can't make the long-term decisions that are needed to fix things. Yeah. There's got to be a happy medium somewhere. It's like I know companies need to survive and make profit and all that, but I think they could show a little more compassion sometimes. And maybe not pay their CEOs, you know, tens of millions of dollars for bad ideas. It's just amazing that they can be so bad at something and then, you know, they get fired, they disappear for a few months, then they get hired as CEO somewhere else just to do the same thing all over again. Yeah, me neither. Speaking of people with bad ideas, I mean, I will give him some props for having like a couple of good ideas. Like Starlink, regardless of whatever you think about it, like it's become ingrained or essential for some people, right? So you could say he was ahead of the curve there. But just because he's good at one thing or had a good idea doesn't mean he's good at everything.
What's up?
I mean, there are a lot of environmental issues with Starlink and stuff like that, but he definitely found something that people living in remote areas can use, and now the Department of Defense uses it, which is always a huge cash cow, so in that sense it was a very good, profitable idea.
Peace, friend. Farewell.
But he certainly wrecked, you know, Tesla's customer base with all of his shenanigans. Oh, who do I want an alliance
Winds
with?
be at your back. Walk with the Earth Mother. We shall meet again. Well met. May the eternal
All right.
sun shine upon thee. Farewell.
You can only complete one of these quests, but I don't know which one I want to do yet.
blood and thunder for the Horde.
Because by getting neutral friendly with one of them, you have to become hostile with the other, so... Catch of the day. But yeah, I would say that's an issue with the Silicon Valley tech bros in general. It's like overestimating their abilities. You know, they had a great idea. It became, you know, a multi-billion-dollar company. But it doesn't mean that every idea they're ever going to have about everything is going to be great, successful.
Time is money, friend.
I'm I might have played it a long time ago. It's been out for a long time, right? Elder Scrolls Online. I may have tried it when it first came out. But I may be thinking of something else also. Yeah, let me see. Elder Scrolls Online. I may have even played it when it was still in beta. Yeah, initial release date 2014. Yeah. I think I did try this. Standard edition. Oh, I see they've got a new... Maybe a recent update or something? Yeah. How much do they... How much does it cost? Oh, what did you think of it? You tried it a month ago?
Hurry back.
I forget how this quest works. Okay, can't pick the King's Blood. Oh, yeah. Use on any ancient, aged, or dying Kodo. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's one of the hardest parts about MMOs is just getting over that initial I don't know what is going on phase. Can I do more than one of these at a time? Let's see. It's on a long cooldown. Or not. Maybe I just have to do them one at a time. Alright. And I think that's why it's been so hard for companies to dethrone World of Warcraft. It's just people try a new game for a couple days and like, this feels different. Which it's supposed to feel different. And then they just go back to WoW. I didn't tame it exactly, but it's temporarily following me. Oh.
Talk to me.
Does he mean I should inspect it?
Keep it real.
Anyway, I got credit, so... But it looks like I can only do these one at a time. So just a lot of running back and forth. Although I don't know... I think WoW is still the most popular MMO, but I think some other companies have finally made a little bit of progress in getting subscribers. It's actually a good question. Let's just take a quick look. Most played MMOs. Oh yeah, of course. Well, Final Fantasy XIV, RuneScape. RuneScape is really popular. I don't know if I would consider that an MMORPG. Not in the same way that WoW is, anyway. Final Fantasy XIV definitely is. Alright, he's an old guy, so we gotta go slow. Maybe I don't understand how RuneScape works, but I don't think you can have, you know, like thousands of people all playing at once and interacting, right? Or do I have that wrong? Not on the same server, anyway. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's also Star Wars. Guild Wars is still around. Let's see. Well, if you Google RuneScape, at the very top it says the free MMORPG. So they certainly consider themselves an MMO. Let's see. Yeah, Wikipedia says it's an MMO. Huh. Alright. It's got PvP, NPCs, player counts. Yeah, I guess it is. It's an MMO. Did I get credit? No. Oh, you've got to, for whatever reason, pick them after you bring them over. Yeah. I will accept that I was wrong. It's definitely an MMO. I thought it was more... I don't know. I thought servers were capped at a fairly low level of players, so... But maybe that's not the case. Ark survival, that's a good question. I don't think so. I think there's another name those kinds of games go by, but I can't remember what it is. Let's see. Ark survival. Yeah. Well, genre survival game, massively multiplayer online game. I guess you could consider that. I don't think they market themselves as that though. All right, 3 of 5. I haven't tried that one, so I can't say. Yeah, I wonder how many people you can get on one server. That's always my kind of criteria for what I consider an MMO. And he's level 37, so we'll try and avoid that. Level 36. Hopefully he does not go aggressive. So it's a good question. A max for people on a server in WoW. I think the answer is it depends. The short answer is yes. The longer answer, my understanding is the newer servers. Oh, thank you. Have layers. So hypothetically, you could put a lot more people on one server. They just may not be able to see each other all at once. So you may have to, like if I'm on layer 2 and you're on layer 5 and we want to do something together, we would have to invite each other to a group. And then it would like put us on the same layer. Even doing that, I'm sure there's a maximum. But I don't know how high it is. So you can definitely get a lot of people on a WoW server. But the older like WoW classic servers, I don't think they work like that. Unless Blizzard has updated them. Like this is a quote-unquote WoW classic server, but it's a newer one, so they do the layers. But the older WoW classic servers, I think, are still on the old system. Unless they've moved them over. Which they might have, because some people were on high population servers, some people were on low pop servers, and low pop servers tend to just die out because people don't want to log on and have no one to play with. So Blizzard in the past has offered people like the chance to transfer off, or even forced people to transfer off so that they can close that server. But I haven't really kept up with what they're doing with
I need
those.
money, friend. Glad I could help. Hurry back.
Okay, where to now? Uh, we could go up the coast. It's a little bit high, maybe. Okay. I'll work on this. So I'll make an alliance with the... anyway. I would rather these mobs closer to Shadowprey be friendly, so that means I need to farm these over here. Yeah, they can merge servers, and I think they have done that. I think it does... I think it does lead to a little bit of weirdness. I mean, like people will have duplicate names, so someone ends up having to change their name, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but people become very attached to their names, so that creates a little bit of unhappiness. And then like the auction house market gets a little bit weird. But overall it's probably still better than playing on an empty server. Yeah, I think most players probably are willing to accept those sacrifices to be moved to a server that's not empty every time they log on. Okay, so I think I can abandon this one because I'm doing a Gelkus alliance. I think these mobs run, so we'll do that. Oh, he calls out for help. Alright, that's even worse. Fury Wrath. No, I'll keep what I got. Yeah, you can have, I think there is a cap, but I don't remember what it is. Maybe 8 characters, 10 characters per server? No, don't heal. And then if you still want more characters than that, you can, you know, just make them on a different server. I wonder if they maybe even have removed the character cap. Yeah, I don't have multiple characters on this server because leveling in Classic is so slow. But on the live version of WoW, I have you know, I have servers with probably like 5 or 6 characters. Most of them are not leveled up, but yeah, some of them are just bank alts that I use for storage space. Others are, you know, like level 40 of 70 or whatever. Come back. On the live servers, I mostly play my warrior. But that being said, I haven't logged on to that character in probably 3 or 4 weeks. There's just, it's not that there's nothing to do, but I just got burned out on it a little bit. Yeah, pretty much. For a while, I was logging on that character just about every day to do some grinding. So I just, so I just burned myself out on it. And the new content seems okay, but like I don't do in-game raiding just because I can't really set that time aside on a schedule, so it's like you have to kind of plan your life around those things, and I just can't do it right now. I wish I could, but it's just not possible. Yeah, those were the good old days. Just could set aside an entire night for raiding in a video game. But of course, you know, back then I didn't really have money for anything else. So, maybe not the good old days in that sense. That was basically 100% of my entertainment. But it was fun. Frustrating at times, particularly back in the days of 40-person raids. It's just hard to get 40 people to cooperate on anything. No. No. Alright. I don't want to get baited into going into that dread swoop. Come back. Oh, she's gonna heal now. Alright. We'll do this twice then. Alright, that was a little harder than I thought it was gonna be. This reputation grind is pretty slow if I remember. So I need to get to friendly. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. We'll see. So 2180 is what I'm at now. Let's see how much this gets me. Oh, it's right here actually. So it goes up 20 per mob. Go back. 20 per mob. I need 800, so that's 40. I think that's a lot, actually. Not the worst grind in the game, but not insignificant. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's cloth. Ugh. Alright, I need to save my Earth Shock for interrupting the heal. Alright, better that time. Parry. Oh, almost level 34. Ding! Okay. What do we want to spend our talent point on? Increase melee attack power. So this only helps my totems. Which means it only helps a group. But still gotta do it. Even though I'm solo grinding. But I should, after this, be able to start working on weapon mastery. And I think Storm Strike is worth getting. Oh, I should have saved my interrupt. Ooh, scroll of stamina. So if I get Storm Strike, what I give up is Fury. Nature Swiftness. But I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you take Storm Strike and then just spend your 10 talent points somewhere else. Yeah, Nature's Guidance would be good. Totemic Mastery. 30 yards as opposed to 20 yards. That's actually, for rating, might be useful. 2% chance. Clear casting. Oh, no, it's up here. I don't know. I have to do some research. I don't know what the most efficient build is. I know what I would probably prefer to take, but doesn't mean it's the best thing. Nope. Okay, let's see. I don't know what upgraded spells I get at level 34. I'll have to visit the trainer to figure that out. Hello? A new flame shock would be nice, for sure. But I'm already at rank 3, so I don't know that I get a new one. Wind Fury weapon would also be good, but I think I just got that at level 30, so be surprised if I get rank 2 already. Other than that, I don't use much. Serene Totem. Lightning Bolt at this point. The damage is so bad. I should probably just be using level 1. I just use it basically to pull mobs, and that's about it. In fact, I think I might do that. 135. Let's see. Show all spells. Rank 1. 15 mana. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty slow grind. It's faster than farming the Yetis in Hillsbrad, though. Although hypothetically you could get the item you need on one mob, but I think it took me probably like 60, 70, 80. Resist. Just because of bad luck and a low drop rate. Oh, I forgot. I made that a rank 1 spell, so fire didn't aim me. Still enough to do the job. Yeah, you get a 100 decrease, but only a 20 increase for this. I would say this quest is probably not worth it unless you just need to grind experience, which I kind of do. The better alternative would be to run some instances, but I don't really know if I can find a group at the moment. At level 34, I think I could run... I think I could run like graveyards in Scarlet Monastery. But there's nothing in Classic WoW that will tell you that. You have to kind of figure it out on your own. There's no group finder or anything. No group finder, no dungeon guide. Resist. Oh. I timed that poorly. So after I get friendly with these centaurs over here, the next quest will, I think, require me to go either in this tent or maybe over here. So that one might be a little harder. Just based on the number of mobs, guards, and stuff patrolling in the area. But I think we can do it. I'm pretty sure I've soloed it before, but it's been a long time, and it might have been on a rogue. You can just bypass a lot of the problems. So we got a patrol over there. Looks like he might actually be coming this way. I think we're good. Yeah, I'm gonna assume we're good. He respawned fast. the nets. Okay, so another patrol there. Wow, level 38. Brutal. I think that's gonna be it for now. I'll try to do some grinding off stream since it's a bit dull. And maybe go get my upgraded spells. Try and get herbalism up high enough to where I can do some gathering in the zones I'm actually playing in now. And yeah. That'll make things a little bit better. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Chaos, if you're still there, hope to catch your stream soon. But have a good Saturday.